is presented by Pachanga Resort Casino. Give Mike Trout your phone, it'll just drop a selfie in on you right there by the tarp. They found some use for the tarp for Mike Trout to pose over it for selfies.
There's never any rain in Southern California anyhow, so Mike Trout has found a reason to use the tarp.
Yes, perfect blue skies here today as Ryan Johnson takes them out. Angels trying to win this series.
Yeah, big start for him today, especially on a warm afternoon like this. You got to have the mindset of throwing a lot of strikes and just keeping that ball down and get some ground ball action in your infielders throughout this entire game. My go-tos for Ryan Johnson to have that game here today. It really comes down to is that cutter. In and out. 24 strikeouts with his cutter. It's a .214 batting average versus the cutter. But that splitter, that lower half, he'll get some swing and misses, 12 of them so far this season. He'll show the sinker, but that splitter is going to be one. He'll get a lot of swing and misses and some soft contact on the ground.
Lineup for Kansas City with Carter Jensen back in there for the Royals. He is the catcher and the leadoff batter. Bobby Witt, Jack Caglione, they've been the Royals' hottest hitters, especially Caglione. Perez DHing today. Michael Massey had a good game Friday when Kansas City won the opener of this series. The Angels got him last night. First time the Halos beat the Royals this year. And they're only one win apart overall now in the standings. As it's been a rough season for both of these squads, but the Angels having a good week so far and trying to finish it off and cap it off with another victory.
There's been some good at-bats with runners in scoring position. They really didn't have many opportunities yesterday, but they had the big one there in the 8th inning. The defense behind Ryan Johnson today. You got Grissom over at first base. He's played a number of different positions. So far, a .993 fielding position. That's his 19th start overall at first base for the Halos. Peraza, Neto, Guzman in the infield. Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate. Meckler, Siri in center. And Josh Lowe has been really solid so far in the series here today, too.
Well, John Mozeliak called the final several weeks of the season an opportunity to get the processes put in, to start to find some direction for this ball club and really present and create a plan for how this team can move forward. And well, the plan has looked pretty good here over the course of the first week of the final several weeks, as this team has played really well. They've pitched really well. They've hit better, especially with runners in scoring position. And there have been some exciting games here against the Rangers and the Royals.
It's been a fun brand of baseball. That contact, taking those extra bases, that run scored because of the stolen base, remember, in the game last night. After Siri stole the bag and then base hit by Shonaway.
We are underway today with the first pitch strike on a cutter to Carter Jensen, the Kansas City area native who certainly has power. 16 home runs, his first full season in the major leagues. It's an all Missouri battery between Jensen and Noah Cameron, the starter on the mound for the Royals today. Both grew up Royals fans, and Carter Jensen essentially taking over the position of a guy that he idolized growing up, watching Salvador Perez. I know you were a big Jim Palmer fan. I mean, this had been like if you replaced Jim Palmer in the rotation instead of just getting some advice along the way from him.
Yeah, and he's always talking to Salvador Perez about the catching position, and he's a multiple Gold Glove winner behind the plate. Perez, why not get that information from Jensen? He's been really solid, throwing the ball really well behind the plate.
It's 3 balls and a strike as Jensen hits one in the air foul. And the count is 3-2 as Guzman gave that a look out of play. It is a sensational day here in Southern California, and a good way to, from a weather standpoint, to cap off this series. It's perfect today.
Yes, it is.
3-2 the count on Jensen. Some days we have some clouds, and that's irritating, but it's perfectly blue today.
What, like 1 or 2 clouds?
Here's a chopper to first as Vaughn Grissom waits for it. Easy feed for Johnson, and that's how we get started here this afternoon.
You highlight him on your defense, you got to get him in play right away. That's just part of the gig.
Well, that's good TV right there. That's what I'd like to say. 1 out as Bobby Witt Jr. is the batter. For the first time in his career, Witt spent some time on the injured list this season. Really probably could have had more time. He's had some knee trouble. He had a grade 1 MCL sprain that he played through. It's a back injury that he finally succumbed to, though, and he missed some time with that back problem on the IL.
I mean, think about how many times you see him dive for ground balls in the infield and head first slides on bases.
It zapped his power a little bit. He's only hit 1 home run in the last 25 games that he's played, just 13 on the year. No balls and a strike on Witt, and a fly ball here to medium left center field, fairly shallow. Meckler fights the Sun series there too, and Meckler, as he angles himself to make the play, 2 outs.
Siri is always somewhere in the vicinity.
Siri said, I had it all along, but I'm glad you caught it. 2 outs.
See, I'm the one that's used to do that kind of stuff. This make everybody think, oh, is he going to get it? Yeah, I got it. The back.
Sunglasses on for both men out there in the outfield. That game in Baltimore where Jackson Holliday had the sunglasses covering the bird on his cap and lost a pop fly in the sun. Caglione, it's another ball hard. He's hit everything hard in this series, it seems like. No balls in a strike.
His bat speed is incredible.
He has a 13-game hitting streak. It's the longest active streak in the majors. He's hit .431 in the month of August. Big left-handed batter. I've never seen an Italian so big in my life.
I'll tell you what, when you look at it where he is in the batter's box, he's pretty far off the plate, but he is crushing everything in the inside part.
Even the balls that he can reach on the outside part, he'll still hit it hard. He fouls that one off. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Caglione.
You would think he'd have a tough time with a splitter here if he keeps it down towards the dirt and away. Not inside part, that would be dangerous.
Well, how about that one way inside?
Well, it's a good chance he's not going to swing at it.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
The old saying is you always want to make the hitter move his feet. Well, he almost did a little bit there.
Max tells us that Primo Carnera, the great boxer, was 6'6". But I never saw Primo Carnera. He's old. He was way back. This guy's the biggest Italian I've ever seen. That was my whole point. Now 3-2 on Caglione. Like a lot of us, Italians does not pronounce his name the way you should based on the language. Should be Caglianone. But
okay.
He's Americanized it.
Yes.
So have I. Who am I to tell?
Well, same with my last name, too.
What's yours?
Hey, so be pizza.
Really?
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. Now you know why I like pizza. Pizza.
Yeah, it rhymes.
Yes, yes.
We're all over it.
It makes mine a lot more easy to be able to pronounce anyhow this last name. That's why I get Mark a lot.
Ground ball to first base. Vaughn Grissom, or Gooby as you're colloquially known. Inning over, 1-2-3.
Ivan.
Angels batting order brought to you by Cadillac of Laguna Niguel. Zach Neto in the leadoff spot against the lefty on the mound today. He's at short. Mike Trout's DHing. Vaughn Grissom at first base. Siri in center field in the cleanup spot. Meckler at left. Guzman batting 6th. Peraza 7. Darno catching, and Josh Lowe hits 9th against a lefty who had a really good rookie year last year. It's been a little bit more of a scuffle in his sophomore season in the majors. Noah Cameron.
Yeah, it's been better of late over the last 5 games. As you can see, he's calling his own pitches, so he's been able to get in a little bit better rhythm of late too. So he could be really good, especially when he's going 5 or 6 innings. More innings than that would probably not be the case here today. They're going to try to limit innings and pitches for him.
His breaking pitches need to be sharp. It was a first pitch changeup to Neto. We've seen so many of those for Neto really ever since he faced Jacob deGrom about 5 or 6 weeks ago in Texas. As he hits this one in the air off the end of his bat, shallow left. It's Isaac Collins for out number 1.
And my go-tos to have some success and score some runs here, especially early on against Cameron this afternoon, where the baseball has a chance to carry a little bit, but don't be over aggressive on his curveball. It is a nasty, nasty pitch. 43 strikeouts, a 149 batting average versus the curveball, but square up some fastballs. Pretty good numbers against his fastball. 323 batting average with 4 home runs allowed.
It's been 29 innings since he's allowed a home run. Last one was back on July 19th against the Padres as Mike Trout looks at a strike. Trout trying to continue his all-time dominance against the Royals. 332 the lifetime average. His OPS is well over 1,000. In fact, it's the 2nd highest of all time against the Royals. As the count is 0-2. Only Alex Rodriguez with a higher OPS than Mike Trout against Kansas City. And Manny Ramirez 3rd. So there you go.
That's pretty good hitters.
No balls and 2 strikes on Trout. 20 homers now on the year. 424. Just 2 behind Billy Williams on the all-time list. Here's a fly ball left center. This one won't carry though as Isbell tracks it. 2 outs.
And the defense right on cue. Isbell out in center field. I mean, overall 6 defensive runs saved over his career in center field for the Royals. He covers a lot of ground himself. A couple outfield assists for him. Collins and Rave out there with him. So fly balls today are always going to be an adventure, but he can cover some ground. Local kid from Fontana.
2 outs and the base is empty. Vaughn Grissom playing first base today. It's his 19th start at first base. 32 at second base. 20 at third base. And only a few Angels players have had 20 or more starts at 3 infield positions in 1 year. Well, I can't imagine either of these other guys played first 20 times. David Fletcher and Macer Izturis. I don't think they were playing first base.
No.
Those starts must have been at second, third, and short.
Yes, indeed.
Just guessing.
The mighty Macer.
Well, Fletcher was Meiser-sized as well.
Yes.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Grissom. Sure, he'll get another start at first to lock up that 20 starts or more at 3 infield positions. Although, as it turns out, the one that he played the most in the minor leagues is the one that he hasn't played at the major league level, shortstop.
Yes.
That's why it's good to have shortstops in your system. They can go anywhere.
Yeah, usually considered the best defender, best athlete. They're going to be able to move all around the infield and outfield.
2 balls, 2
strikes. A lot of shortstops end up being outfielders.
Well, Cedon Rafaela, who's become a very good center fielder, perhaps a Gold Glove winner again in the American League in center, was a shortstop at one point. 2-2. That fly from Grissom here, so Cameron with 3 fly balls that land in outfielders' gloves. 1-2-3.
Welcome back. Ben Joyce's 5th appearance of the season last night, 2nd save of the season, and wow, 104.5 topped out with his fastball last night. That is the fastest pitch by any MLB reliever since his career high 105.5 back in September of 24 against Tommy Edman. So quite a return last night, but I talked to him before the game today. He said, yeah, he saw the velocity, 104.5. It's exciting that it came in that kind of a ball game too, a 1-run game. So it was really great to be back and in that opportunity, but just something for him to build off of. Of course, Mason Miller, the only other reliever to come close to that. Jacob Mizorowski too, but he's a starter as we know. Kurt Suzuki was saying he's just sitting in the dugout in the 9th inning, smiling, watching Ben Joyce on the mound. Really wouldn't expect anything less from Ben. Having him and Sammy, the back end now, it's pretty fun. As a manager, player, catcher, new guy coming in like that, it's comforting.
Yeah, as a manager, you will smile when you see a guy coming in like that, preserving a 1-0 victory. I mean, his stuff was electric. I love that splinter to go along with that 4-seamer and that slider to finish it off.
That's why you'd hear that sometimes about Joe Torre, even Dave Roberts to some degree. They just kind of sit in the dugout with their arms crossed and they just watch their guys do it when you have that kind of talent. And Kurt Suzuki able to see Ben Joyce just go out there and dominate.
Yeah, when you have a lockdown closer, you feel pretty comfortable as a manager.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Salvador Perez. Is that one in on his hands, fouled back.
Ned Yost made the Royals Hall of Fame by Elders to sit back in that 15 bullpen they had. That was an unhittable bullpen the Royals had in 15 when they won the World Series.
It certainly was. Wade Davis, Greg Holland, part of that. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Herrera in there too. He was throwing 100+ himself.
And Kelvin Herrera was the HDH late inning core of Herrera, Davis, and Holland, helping the Royals win that World Series. Here's Perez, who was the MVP of that World Series with a line drive base hit. And he's on to begin the top of the 2nd. First base runner against Ryan Johnson, who is the subject of our Kia player profile. Things have gotten better for Johnson here lately, but as we've discussed, it's a whole lot different pitcher with men on base as compared to when the bases are empty. Loses a lot of that deception.
Yeah, and that's a big thing too. The hitter can see the baseball just a little bit longer out of his hand from the stretch position.
It's a strike to Massey. Well, after the change in pitching coaches, it was Johnson who was the first man up in the rotation. He threw the ball well in that last start against the Rangers, when 4 1/3 innings, allowed just 1 run, struck out 5, and it has started a wheel for this Angel pitching staff, where in the 5 games since then, well, they've pitched really well. 11 runs allowed, 50 strikeouts over the course of this 5-game stretch, and only 10 walks. It's the 3rd 5-game span in Angels history where they've given up that few runs, that few walks, and had that many strikeouts.
Just to be able to have that technology, just to be able to look and find the different pitch shapes and the arm angle and the deception.
2 balls and a strike here on Michael Massey, playing second base for the Royals today. Rips it to right, and that's a base hit. So Perez goes to second. Already an example of the hardest hit ball we've seen so far from the Royals, coming after a man reached.
You know, when you look right here, you're looking at home from the stretch position. It's not as much. It's a slide step, but there are a lot of pitchers that have that. And you see that arm when it's out of the glove. It's right out in front where you can see the baseball just a little bit longer. As a hitter, that's all you want, is just a fraction more time to see and read a pitch. And that's what is happening so far out of the stretch for Ryan Johnson. Is compared to the full windup, you never see the ball well.
Angels haven't made any proclamations yet about where Yusei Kikuchi will fit in the starting rotation once he returns from his rehab assignment, which could be soon. Here's a bunt behind home plate. Darno can't reach it. Fouled back by Nick Lofton. I just wonder who would be the odd man out, or perhaps if there is just an extra man in the rotation once Kikuchi is back. We'll see. That could be in the next turn in the rotation, or it could be a little bit beyond that.
It's conceivable because you have so many young guys in the rotation now for the Halos, where they're getting to that, pitch it in the innings so far during the season, which is career highs.
Order infielders are in, expecting another bunt chance from Lofton. He took a look at that pitch without showing bunt. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Two ground ball outs in the first inning. Love to get another ground ball. He's had 6 double plays turned behind him. It hasn't been a big ground ball pitcher yet this year, though.
Big wave and a miss there on the sweeper. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Also have a little bit of a luxury here with Perez at second base to get an out on the lead runner at third. And Perez does not run well. One of the slower runners in all of baseball.
A lot of mileage on those knees, catching all those games.
No doubt. Little tap foul by Lofton, so you might have an unconventional double play chance in front of you with a play at third base and then a throw to first. Let's see how it all shakes out here for Ryan Johnson, dealing with some base runners in the top of the second. Two balls, 2 strikes now on Lofton, playing third base. Michael Garcia remains out. So does Vinny Pasquantino, the 2 corner infielders for the Royals. So that slides Caglione to first, and Lofton getting some opportunities at third. Guy who can move around. He plays infield and outfield. It's just a little high, and it's 3-2.
It has rolled into 6 double plays here.
Johnson misses, and it's ball 4. So trouble has found Ryan Johnson here in the second, thanks to a couple of base hits and now a walk. Here comes Tim Levesque, the pitching coach. Things have gone so well here from a pitching standpoint for the Angels this week. We haven't seen Tim Levesque go out to the mound a lot.
No.
Longtime Cardinal minor league staffer and pitching coordinator. Worked with John Mozeliak there. Just happened to already be in the Angels organization when Mozeliak came from St. Louis, or came from his brief retirement after leaving St. Louis following last year.
He has pretty good knowledge of what kind of arm angles and different pitches that Ryan Johnson throws from their work together in the minor leagues too. So in spring training.
And the Double-A pitching coach throughout most of this season, Levesque. Balls and a strike on Isaac Collins, switch hitter batting left, playing left field today.
He's trying to avoid that big inning right now.
We talked about Johnson's struggles with men on base, men in scoring position. A 1090 OPS with runners on this year. That's the highest in the major leagues. That's how these big innings have been developed against Ryan Johnson this year. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the bright side, facing a lineup here, especially at the bottom of the order, that is not capable, or hasn't been at least, of scoring a lot of runs. Opportunity to get out of it. We'll see. Hit first, it's Shotwell picking it, steps on first, throws home. There's Perez. It's an out at the plate, and it's a double play.
Oh, what a play. That was good skills by Grissom there. First to be able to get that shot his way, and then the presence of mind to step on the bag, and then when you throw home, you have to tag the runner. And was able to do so, get a double play. Not the conventional way.
That was the same point that we made in the previous at bat. That with Perez on base, you had a chance for an unconventional double play. And there it was, a screamer to Grissom at first, stepping on the base, and then Salvador Perez just hung out to dry. He had nowhere else to go.
No, that was 105 off the bat.
And now a fly ball should end the inning. Well, Salvador Perez holding up the Royals on the bases as Lowe makes the catch, and the Angels get out of it.
That was a good visit to the mound by Tim. Here's today Sunday key for the game today. Warm afternoon, baseball should carry, so come sail away by Sticks. See if we get some baseballs hit in the air, do some damage. Been a lot of base hits and doubles for the Halos. Home run or 2, 1 hurt.
First pitch here, Jose Siri pops it up. Everything's been in the air so far against Noah Cameron. He's retired all 4 batters that he has faced. Now that top of the second for Ryan Johnson, bases loaded, no outs. But you had Salvador Perez on the bases, which opened the door for an unconventional double play, and that's exactly what happened. A rocket to first. Vaughn Grissom picked it, and Perez was out by 20 feet at home.
And you have to have the tag on that when you step on the bag there, so everything played perfectly. Like you said, Wayne, that Salvi running, a lot of mileage on those legs.
2 outs and the base is empty, or rather 2 outs, runners on second and third at that point, and then John Ray flied out to end the inning. Now Wade Meckler bats with 1 out and nobody on here in the bottom of the second. As he hits it sharply, and it's grabbed by Caglione at first.
Curveball has been the best pitch for Cameron so far this season. It's a really good one. Take a look at our StatCast. Really powered by Google Cloud. The break and what he's done. 43 strikeouts, and a ton of them have been at the bottom of the zone or well below the strike zone. A few upstairs, but it's a lot of bite to that with good spin rate on it and a lot of chases out of the strike zone with it.
Mentioned a couple of hometown kids for the Royals with their battery today, Cameron and Jensen. Cameron says he recalls going on a field trip to Kauffman Stadium when he was 4 years old, which happened to be the day Zach Greinke made his first home start as a Royal. Denzer Guzman looks at a strike. Cameron said he waved to Greinke. No word on if Greinke waved back though. Noah Cameron's life as a Royals fan began that day. And now he gets to wear that blue uniform and get to pitch for his home team.
They've been wearing the powder blues. It went back to the navy blues there.
2 balls and a strike on Denzer Guzman. There's that slider from Cameron, a pitch that he needs to have for a successful day. And there have been successful days lately for Cameron. A 1.58 ERA in his last 4 starts. As Guzman gets jammed, pops it up. Massey calls off Caglione and makes the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning. The Angels are teaming up with the World of Anime Night at Angel Stadium Monday, August 24th. Purchase the special anime night ticket package and score an exclusive Naruto Angels jersey giveaway. Angels.com/Naruto. Purchase your ticket package and channel your inner chakra. Kyle Isbell leads off the 3rd inning and takes ball 1 from Ryan Johnson, who pitched down to that bases loaded jam in the 2nd. Sometimes better to be lucky than good. Well, Johnson got some luck in his favor in the top of the 2nd inning.
He did. I got a guy hit a ball 105 off the bat and have Vaughn Grissom scoop it, step on the bag, and throw it home for a double play.
Kyle Isbell looks at a strike. 2 balls and a strike on Isbell. I went to high school in Rancho Cucamonga. Angels California League affiliate is once again the Quakes. There's Isbell slapping one into right field. Pitch was up, and Isbell deposits it into right. Leadoff hit.
Yeah, if that splitter stays upstairs, it becomes very hittable. Now, when it works down the lower part of the strike zone or below the zone, it's very effective.
Back to the top of the order now, and Carter Jensen. This Royals team has not played well on the road this year. 21-44. They have the worst road record in the majors. They have not won a road series since the beginning of June. Took 3 out of 4 in Minnesota in the first week in June, and they have not had a road series win since then. So they've tumbled all the way to the bottom of a very weak American League Central, where the second place team is 4 games under 500. Kansas City made the postseason 2 years ago. They stumbled a bit last year, although they still finished above 500. And this year it's back to pre-postseason levels.
Yeah, they fully expected to be in that conversation for the postseason with some injuries and inconsistencies, especially from the bullpen side.
They have the most losses in the majors this year within games where they've had a quality start. So their pitcher will go 6 or more, give up 3 runs or fewer, and they'll lose a lot of the time. 22 losses in quality starts this year. Strike 3 called as Jensen goes down looking.
He thought about challenging that one. He might have won that one too.
One away.
That was a cutter upstairs. Got away with that one.
Here is Bobby Witt. Witt only 13 home runs this year. His knee and back troubles taking some of his power away. Still has a chance to get to 20 homers. He has a good run down the stretch. If he does get there, he'll reach 20 homers and 30 steals for a 5th straight year to start his career. Nobody's ever done that.
Wow. Isbell may think about going. He's been successful in all 5 attempts, although it's difficult to steal against Ryan Johnson. So quick to the plate.
No balls, 2 strikes on Witt. See what he has done as far as filling up the box score in his first 5 years in the majors. Bobby and Barry Bonds, Hanley Ramirez, who kind of had a big following at the beginning of his career. He flamed out a little bit quicker than people thought, but he was one of the best in baseball for a while. There's another strikeout for Johnson, 2 in a row, and this time he gets Bobby Witt.
Yeah, that was a real tight, good sweeper too. He's been utilizing that a little bit more so early on today. Comes into the game about 18% sweeper usage.
There's Caglione with 2 outs and a runner on first. It's Isbell being held on by Grissom. High fly to left. This one sends Meckler back. He gets in position and puts it away. A 0 for Ryan Johnson in the top of the 3rd. We saw plenty of zeros last night from Reed Detmers. He'll be on with us in the bottom of the 3rd. Now, Reed Detmers was exceptional yesterday. 8 innings, struck out 11, didn't walk anybody. 2 hits and no runs, and finally a home win on top of it.
Yeah, he got a ton of run support yesterday. He got 1, and that was enough.
That is all he needed, as he is joining us here for the bottom of the 3rd. The offense can support Ryan Johnson while he's at it. Reed, explain to us what it's like for you when you have an outing like that, and that one earlier in the year against Texas, where you're striking guys out, nobody's getting on base. What are you feeling on the mound when that's happening?
You're just kind of in the zone. There's not a whole lot that goes into it. You're just trying to stay in the moment and just kind of feel your body and let it eat a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, Reed, that fastball you were showing downstairs too, that really set up a lot of swing and misses on your curveball and slider out of the strike zone. How important was that for you to have that command of that fastball there too?
Yeah, it was huge. Obviously I faced these guys early in the year, and they're taking a lot of sliders down the zone, so it was kind of like part of the game plan, establish the fastball at the knee, so they have to chase the sliders down under, and if they don't chase the sliders down under, then they're probably looking up in the zone, and so I was able to stick a couple of fastballs down at the bottom, which helped a lot.
You're a handful of years in. You're 27 now. Do you feel like these are the prime years coming up for you?
Yeah, I guess so. I still feel young. But yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to take advantage of any moment I can get. I mean, it's awesome, especially being around these guys. We've got a great clubhouse, and just looking forward to the future and finish the year strong.
Reader, how happy were you so people aren't still asking you about winning at home? How important was that to get that W last night?
Yeah, I got asked about it last night in the media, and it's one of those things you don't really think about when you're on the mound. But yeah, it's definitely nice to finally get a W here at home. It's been a couple of years, so it was pretty cool.
One out as Travis d'Arnaud stands in. You've had to work with a few different catchers this year. At Tyler Heineman back there last night. What are the relationships like for you with the catchers as you kind of revolve through some different ones this season?
I mean, everybody's on the same page. Yeah, there's been a couple different catchers, but at the end of the day, we're all on the same page. And if I don't like the pitch, then I'll just shake. But we try to keep it as simple as possible.
And we talk a lot about your arm angle. We were showing it again last night. It's been real solid over the last few starts with that slider. Be able to make sure you get to that proper arm slide and an arm angle to be able to be dominant. How hard was that to get right back to where it was at certain points of the season this season?
Yeah. Obviously, it's a long year. There's going to be a couple games where it's everything's out of whack, and then there's going to be a couple games where everything's on point. And it's kind of just adjusting to how the body feels, and just getting the mechanics in the right spot to where I don't have to work as much. But yeah, I mean, last couple starts, mechanics have felt really good, and it's just kind of getting to the legs a little bit, and instead of getting a little fast and flying open a little bit.
Especially after yesterday, 200 strikeouts, a real possibility for you this year. Are you thinking about any numbers or any personal goals the rest of the way?
I mean, obviously you see the numbers, but at the end of the day, you got to go out and compete every day. Whatever happens, happens. I try not to think about it. Let's just add more pressure on the season. That's not really what I want. But yeah, I mean, you see the stuff, and it's having a good start or good season so far, and just trying to finish strong.
By the way, did you realize that you threw less pitches than Gene Simmons threw first pitches yesterday in that game?
Yeah, I talked to Bussy. He had to get in the cold tubs this morning.
With the change of pitching coaches this week, has there been anything noticeable to you that's different about the information or any technology usage or anything that's been different since that change?
They're just trying to feel us out. Obviously, they're not going to make a whole lot of changes to pitches and mechanics and stuff this late in the season. It's kind of just whatever you have, and try to tune up the small things and see how consistent we can be throughout the rest of the season.
All right, Reed, great job last night.
Great
Thanks
job,
a lot.
man. Way to go, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Fourth inning here at Angel Stadium. After last night's game was 0-0 all the way until the bottom of the eighth when the Angels finally put one across for a 1-0 win. It's 0-0 again today, and it's Zach Neto reaching out to make a nice play off a liner from Salvador Perez.
He's had a lot of hits against the Halos in his career, and Neto takes one away from him. He keeps looking back at Zach Neto. How'd you make that play? That's Zach Neto, the shortstop, making the play.
It's kind of a tennis serve the way it angled towards Zach Neto, and he was able to make that burst to his left and snatch it. So one out, and now Michael Massey is the batter.
It's a pretty good pitch. Well, it's not one of those ones where you think about challenging at this point, especially a game like this so far.
2 balls and no strikes on Massey, now 28 years old. Just misses as well, and it's 3-0. Massey, another one of those guys who shows you some talent, some potential, and has not quite totally fulfilled what he can do at the major league level. Maybe this is what he can do. I don't know. It seems like some of these guys get to the majors quick, show you some potential, and have good seasons, solid seasons, and then they just kind of float along in that same category. They never really take that big step forward.
He's had some big hits for him though this season, but he's showing, I mean, like you mentioned, he's showing some pretty good power.
He's 10 homers this year, 20 doubles. Does not draw walks often. As he launches this one toward right, it's Josh Lowe back for it out near the wall, and that ball is gone. So Michael Massey gets out in front of one there. And that home run puts the Royals on the board for the first time since Friday night.
And that's his second home run of this series. He's had multiple hits in a number of these games here. He went down and got this cutter down below the strike zone. Remember that home run he hit in game 1? It was down below the strike zone. Just dropped the barrel and he lifted it out. Said that baseball will carry well today.
Home run number 11 on the year for Massey. His career high 15 was in his rookie year 3 years ago. And Kansas City strikes first today with a 1-0 lead. 2 balls, no strikes on Lofton now for Johnson. It's 15 home runs allowed on the season in just 58 innings.
And he fell behind in that count, and then eventually a home run. Behind the count here again.
It's the 9th straight start for Johnson in which he's allowed at least 1 home run. The wind not a huge factor today, but
warm weather is, and it's going to carry well. When you look at the numbers for him when he's behind in the count, with 323 batting averages compared to ahead of the count 227.
Just throw a lot of first pitch strikes ordinarily, but he's fallen behind so far in this inning. 3-2 on Lofton. Drew a walk his last time before Isaac Collins hit into that unusual 3-2 double play, which helped Johnson get through the second inning. And that just missed. Ball 4. So Lofton walks for the second time.
And the different arm angles for the starters today in this game. Take a look at our StatCast video powered by Google Cloud. The difference, you see that arm angle there, you know, Cameron, at 52 degrees as compared to 19, more of a sidearm delivery for Ryan Johnson. That's significant.
It's always enjoyable to me when you get your protractor out and start taking us back to 9th grade.
Once in a while you got to educate some people.
Swing and a miss by Isaac Collins. That 3-2 double play he hit into is the first the Angels have turned since 2010. Mike Napoli to Jeff Mathis at the end of that 2010 season against the Rangers. Turned a 3-2 double play. It was Grissom to Darno here today.
Well, technically it was catcher to catcher.
I guess so. Napoli playing first then, but catcher for a lot of years. No balls and 2 strikes. The count on Collins here with Lofton at first and 1 out. Sounded like a foul tip, and it was strike 3. Nice job by the home plate umpire to catch that. Ramon de Jesus. As that ball grazed the bat into the glove.
Still got her hearing going after all those Kiss concerts over the years. Take that punch out. 3rd of the day.
2 outs in the inning, and John Rave now the batter. You hear that double sound aiding Johnson with strike 3. That bases loaded, nobody out jam he got out of in the second inning was the first time any Angel got out of one this year with no runs allowed. John Rave flied out to right field his first time. Another Midwesterner on this Royals team from Central Illinois.
Slightly different when you play that Milwaukee Brewer team where every single guy on the team seems to be from Southern California.
It was right on the edge of the zone, but called a ball. 2 balls and a strike. And the Brewers certainly dipped into Southern California. Well, not too many players in Wisconsin to choose from.
Except for George Clausen.
Slap to third. Guzman reached down. I think he caught it. Well, the umpires just seem to say, okay, I guess you did.
Yeah,
you think you did, then you did.
It counts.
Guzman makes a sprawling catch to take a base hit from Rave. Friday, August 28th, the Angels host the Phillies on Zach Neto bobblehead night. First 25,000 fans get that Zach Neto bobblehead. So he sits next to his locker. Angels.com/promotions to retrieve that bobblehead.
Angels still trying to get somebody running on the bases here so far against Cameron.
Got that Miami Vice looking glove too on the Neto bobblehead. There's a fly ball left center field. This one headed for the gap pretty deep. Isbell back though, comes in now and makes the catch. Isbell was headed toward the wall and then kind of did a sharp left turn to come in at the last moment and make that grab off the bat of Neto.
Yeah, barely got to that too. It almost got to the outfield grass. He was thinking that was going to go towards the wall, and then it turned around and reaches down just before it hits the outfield grass.
One out as Trout bats. 10 up, 10 down now for Noah Cameron.
A little slightly different than that play that Tolbert made last night out in left center field. Maybe he was thinking it was going to be the same type of play.
Well, Shonowell saying that was the best catch he's seen here in a while. Does he not remember the one that he got taken away from?
The Athletics. Oh my! That was one of the all-time great catches. Period.
Denzel Clark climbing over the wall and robbing Shonowell of a home run. I'm not sure. I know maybe he just blacked out and he just doesn't want to remember.
Yeah, he forgot. He had a walk-off in that game anyhow. That's why.
2 balls and a strike on Trout. Noah Cameron has had some recent starts where he's gone very deep into games. Had back-to-back 8-inning outings against the Twins. As Trout pops this one out. Massey is out to make the catch. So 2 up, 2 down. This was last night. Tolbert laying out.
That's an incredible play. You're diving, you end up landing on the warning track and controlling that baseball. It's a guy on the mound. Kimbrel has seen a lot of plays over the years with some different uniforms too.
Very impressed by that play that Tyler Tolbert made. So 2 outs. Here is Vaughn Grissom. Strike 1 in there from Cameron, who's retired the first 11 in a row. In his major league debut, Cameron took a no-hitter into the 7th inning.
Well, he's got a lot of fly balls, soft contact for the most part. He's gotten hitters out in front. Between his cutter and his curveball so far in this game, it's really been effective towards the end of the bat or the handle. And a lot of out in front swings, that creates a lot of pop-ups. They're not able to stay back and drive the ball. They're catching it out in front. So that's why you see a lot of soft contact in the air.
A lot of quick outs here so far too. Grissom fouls that one back for Cameron. Just 42 pitches. You know, every time a pitcher has a deep no-hit bid in his major league debut, Bumpus Jones gets back into the conversation for throwing a no-hitter in 1892 in his first major league game.
That's a good start to your career. Where do you go from there, though?
Well, where does Joshua Baez go from where he did yesterday? 3 home runs in his first 3 major league at bats in the same game.
What was the first one? What, 449 feet?
Put it out to that Carrawell in straightaway center at Wrigley. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Cameron punches out Grissom. ABTV is presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Ryan Johnson allowed a run in the 4th inning, a homer to Michael Massey. Angels have not had a base runner yet against Noah Cameron in the first 4 innings today. So it's 1-0 Royals in the 5th as Isbell takes ball 1.
another good pitch on the outside corner.
Isbell pops this one up toward the left field line. It's Neto in shallow left to go get it. One out. It'll be Carter Jensen batting after a word from Jack in the Box.
At FOMO, get my Philly style bonus Jack combos and new Philly Munchie Meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Third time through now for Ryan Johnson in this top of the order for Kansas City. It's been better the third time through so far this season. It's a .227 batting average. It's compared to .265 first, .273 to second.
As long as he keeps guys off base, he does fine.
Yes.
One ball, no strikes on Carter Jensen, who launches one here towards shallow center. It's Jose Siri in for it. And 2 quick outs here in the 5th inning for Johnson. His couple of starts, was not able to get through 5, although he pitched well in both of them, allowed just 1 run in each of his last 2 innings, or 2 starts rather, trying to go a little deeper into this game. He's only had 1 game this season where he has gone past 5 innings. That was his best outing of the year, June 23rd against the Orioles, and went 6 innings in that game and struck out 8. Bobby Witt Jr. with a fly ball toward the left field corner, hit pretty deep. Meckler's back for it, out to the wall, and he runs out of room. A home run for Bobby Witt. Only his 2nd home run over his last 26 games, but it's a solo shot to give the Royals a 2-0 lead.
Not exactly high exit velocity, but he had a pretty good launch angle. Lift that in the air, you're going to get some carry down in that corner. 2 solo shots now for Kansas City. They got 126 home runs as a team now.
So Witt, who has swung the bat better since returning from the injured list. He's played 12 games now since then. Hitting about .325 in that time. Still the chance for another 20 homer, 30 stolen base year. As he has 14 home runs to go with already 32 steals.
They're pitching pretty well so far in the series. That's just the 2nd hit he's had. Did have a couple walks.
2 balls and no strikes on Caglione. Caglione has primarily played the outfield this year, so his 22 home runs give him the most by a Royals outfielder in 15 years. Go back to Alex Gordon when he had 23 in 2011. We've seen Caglione at first base throughout this series, but with Pasquantino out. Two balls and 2 strikes. Royals with a 2-0 lead on 2 solo home runs. Angels have not got anything together offensively yet.
Trying to get him to swing over top of that sweeper down and in, although inside part of the play is a dangerous spot against him at the plate here.
3-2 the count, and that's right there, strike 3.
Froze him on a cutter.
In-app only.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
The camera has been extremely effective so far. Take a look at our StatCast video powered by Google Cloud. 9 fly ball outs of the 12 outs of perfection so far, with a couple punch outs and 1 ground ball out. A lot of these pitches in the zone, but it's been the hitters being off balance, and that's where you're seeing a lot of soft contact in the air.
Strike to Jose Siri, getting the start in center field today with Trout DHing. We've seen that a little bit more since the trade deadline. And Siri taps one to short. Bobby Witt with a backhand double pump, and that throw still in time as Siri is retired, 1 out. Now, Reed Detmers yesterday cruising through the Royals in a way that only Bobby Witt Sr. ever had. Pitching for the Oakland A's in 1994, Witt had a 14 strikeout shutout against the Royals, beating David Cone, giving up just 2 hits in that game. Didn't walk anybody, no runs. Detmers the 2nd pitcher ever to have a similar line as to what Bobby Witt Sr. had against Kansas City.
Watch that. I mean, this is the way he competed it too. I mean, he had a good fastball, but you weren't ever comfortable in the batter's box against him as a hitter, ever.
Chopper off the bat of Meckler. So Noah Cameron here, 14 up, 14 down. I mentioned the possibility of the Royals maybe limiting his innings. I don't know how that's going to be possible if he keeps mowing down like this.
There's so many quick outs too. A lot of quick outs, either pop-ups in the air or rollover ground balls. Nothing has been hit hard at all yet.
He's only thrown 48 pitches to get 14 outs. And now Denzer Guzman, who popped out his first time, stands in. It's strike one from Cameron. A lot of fly ball outs in this one for Cameron. A few ground outs and a couple of strikeouts. And there's been soft contact galore here today.
And a lot of chases out of the zone. He's been mixing and matching between his curveball, his slider. He's shown enough fastballs. Very, very efficient. Very similar to what we saw with Reed Deppers last night, as far as how few pitches he had through 5 innings. But he had punch outs though.
11 of them. Hardest ball put in play so far by the Angels was Meckler's ground out his first time up. It was 96.7 off the bat. Guzman up the middle. Bobby Witt tracks that down in a hop, and he throws out Guzman. 5 perfect innings for Noah Cameron. We'll see if Ryan Johnson can record an out in the 6th inning for the second time this year as a starter. So June 23rd against the Orioles, allowed no runs in that game. He's given up a couple of solo homers today, but has stayed away from the big inning. The Angels are still in this one, even though they haven't had a base runner yet. Got to get one on first before they can start coming back.
I wonder if this is a one batter and that be it for Ryan Johnson.
It's Blake Wyman getting ready as Perez launches one towards center pretty deep. Siri backs up for it on the track, makes the catch. 1 out. So let's see if Kurt Suzuki does go to the lefty here with the left-handed batting Massey coming up. Massey homered his last time, and he will not face Ryan Johnson here. All things considered, not too bad from Johnson today, but he leaves trailing 2-0.
I think overall pretty solid performance by Ryan Johnson today.
Help you save.
Angels baseball on ABTV, brought to you by Hyundai. The Hyundai Getaway Series event deals so right they almost feel wrong. Only at your local SoCal Hyundai dealer. By Jack's new Philly style bonus jack combo, shaved steak, grilled onions and peppers, and melty cheese, starting at $5.99. And by StubHub, a proud partner of Angels baseball. Some people ask me, why did Gene Simmons take off your glasses when we were taking that picture yesterday? Why? Because it's not cool to be wearing glasses next to Gene Simmons.
No.
You gotta look your coolest.
Yeah, well, he's as cool as it gets.
He's the coolest guy ever, possibly. Michael Massey leads off the day for Blake Wyman, batting with 1 out here in the 6th inning.
That's a good pitch there.
See, we're taking a nice picture. Gene says, "Take these off. Look as cool as me, please, or get close."
And he popped the collar up there too.
Well, yeah.
When an 80s look there.
1 ball, no strikes on Massey.
We wouldn't know anything about that, but we all were popping the collar back in the 80s.
Well, now I'm in the club. I mean, what do you want from me? The guy's crazy. Gene Simmons.
He shouted it out loud at you.
Yeah, definitely did. Massey hits one to right field sharply, and it lands in front of Josh Lowe for a base hit. So Michael Massey's 3 for 3 today.
He's had an amazing series too.
And one of just the 2 hits yesterday against Reed Detmers, had a home run plus the go-ahead hit in the game Friday. So very successful series for Massey.
It's 7 hits in this series, 2 home runs.
One out, 1 on as Lofton bats. A couple of walks today as he takes ball 1 here from Blake Wyman. We've seen pitch a few times now at the major league level. Finally getting an opportunity to do so at the big league level. 30 years old. Littleton, Colorado. We detailed him coming out of Columbine High School there, and then the University of Kansas, where he did pitch alongside Ryan Zefferjon for a time.
He said a number of times he would go see Royals game. Not too far away there in Lawrence, Kansas.
It's a strike, and it's 2-1. He's growing up in the Denver area, and the Colorado Rockies nearby as well. What are the high school baseball games like in the Denver area? Are they all just 20-19? Can nobody pitch?
They'll be scouting a lot of hitters there, I'm sure.
I always thought that, that Kyle Freeland is from there, and for a little while he had some success pitching for the Rockies, and
a lot of success pitching at home too in his career in Colorado.
It makes sense for them that if they can find some local talent, that they can maybe work around some of their issues at Coors Field, but it's the way it's always going to be for them. They've had some good teams. They've had some success there. Went to the World Series in 2007. Not impossible for them to be a good team. Just tough for them to pitch well. That's a strike.
Definitely touching the inside part.
Full count here on Lofton with Massey at first. Angels down by a couple. They've not had a base runner yet against Noah Cameron. Hunter got a late start, bouncer to third. Guzman does not have a play at second. Low throw to first, but Grissom covers the bounce. 2 down. Maybe because Massey did not get a great jump, that Guzman could still get it there, but he takes the sure out at first.
That's a good scoop over there by Juan Grissom. He's made a couple good plays at first base today.
Now it's Collins, the batter. He hit into that double play first to home on the top of the second that helped Ryan Johnson at the time. Johnson goes 5 1/3 today, allows 2 runs, struck out for his second longest outing of the year. Angels now have had 36 home starts this year, where their starting pitcher has gone 5 or more innings, giving up 2 or fewer runs. It's the second most in all of baseball. Only the Mariners have had more successful home starts than the Angels have this year.
You're under 500, 6 games at home.
Seattle hasn't had much luck either this year. They're better at home than on the road, but well below where people thought they would be. That's a foul ball.
Oh, that was close. Great view, just foul.
Yeah, just foul. That's as close as you can get.
I'll see if he can swing and miss.
Mariners are in Houston tonight. Seattle 8 games under 500.
Yet they're still in the conversation in the division, though.
They are.
There's 5 back.
A win today would help. Difference between being 4 out or 6 out if they can beat the Astros tonight is the Sunday night game, and then the Angels head to Houston after the game today with an off day tomorrow. George Clausen Tuesday night at Daikin Park in Houston. A week in Texas coming up for the Angels. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul tip hung on to by d'Arnaud for strike 3. He's 15 up, 15 down for Noah Cameron today. Only 52 pitches to get through 5 innings of perfection.
Got 3 ground ball outs last half inning after 9 before that.
Flyouts the first 4 innings, but then 3 straight ground outs in the 5th. There's Oswald Peraza taking ball 1. Angels have not put a lot of pressure on Cameron. They've not hit the ball very hard, and a lot of quick outs. But still only 2-0. We saw that game against JT Ginn earlier in the year. The Angels were no hit until the 9th inning. Quickly turned into a win. So when it's close like this, doesn't take much for a turnaround. 1 ball, 1 strike. Peraza fly to center field. It's really since the beginning of June been a tough time for Peraza. Good start to the year, was hitting the ball hard often. His average was 280 at the beginning of June. It's 229 now.
Seems like it's a little off balance. It's going to stay back just a little longer. So kind of moving forward there on that curveball. So far so good. A 3-1 count now.
Rare time where Cameron has fallen behind. And that's way upstairs. So Oswald Peraza walks for only the 12th time all season. And it's enough to break up this perfect game bid.
Yeah, you have a perfect game going. You're facing a guy that doesn't walk a whole lot, and you decide to walk him. Baseball.
Yeah, it's the end of that for Cameron, at least on the perfect game side of it. Still, the Angels don't have a hit. And Travis d'Arnaud, the batter, I'm sure that the blame for that walk should go to Ryan Lefevre over there in the Royals TV booth. No doubt him or Hudler jinxed him.
Just blame it on them?
Definitely. That's what the fans always think when the pitcher has a perfect game or no hitter going, and then you have to say it. What are we here for? Tell you what's going on. Here's a bouncer to third. Nice pick by Lofton as he gets it across to d'Arnaud. 1 out.
That was a real tough play. Good play on that one. I Lofton be able to come in on that one. One little more hop there, and it's going to get by him.
All or nothing play as Lofton made it for the first out here in the 6th inning. Maybe we're blaming the wrong crew. Maybe Eisenberg on radio did.
Yes, I think he's the one.
Somebody did it. Jinxed the perfect game. Here's Josh Lowe. 1 ball and no strikes. 2-0 Kansas City with the lead. Angels still looking for their first hit. Lowe fly to right his first time. Getting a start against the lefty. Essentially, some lefty has to be in there between Lowe, Shotwell, and Ballesteros. Can't hide them all. Frazier, all left-handers on the bench today. So Josh Lowe gets the start in right. 2 balls and a strike.
He's going to try to tie it up on that swing. Good count to let it out there too. 2-0 count. And an opportunity to get one of those runs back. Good speed at second with Peraza. Base hit. Should score him rather easily.
It's 2-2 now. Cameron, who's had some troubles along the way this season, he's had more issues with left-handers this year than righties. Lefties have a OPS over 100 points higher. The other way last year was the conventional splits last season for Cameron. Not this year. Now a full count on Lowe. Zach Neto on deck. Angels trying to break through.
Should see some sort of a fastball, whether it's a 2-4-seam or a cutter.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. It was a slider. And Cameron has his 3rd strikeout. Well, Zach Neto didn't break up J.T. Ginn's no-hitter, but he finished the night with that walk-off homer right after Adam Frazier had the first Angel hit.
Remember, it was a 1-0 count. There was a pitch that was called a strike. He challenged it, went to a 2-0 count, and he jumped it.
One of the more fun moments of the entire season. The Angels in back-to-back at bats in the bottom of the 9th, breaking a no-hitter and then winning the game on walk-off against J.T. Ginn, who had the ultimate.
Complete loss.
Liner up the middle, snagged by Massey with a slide, and the Royals holding down the no-hit bid for Noah Cameron. He's through 6. The Diamond and Gridiron collide Sunday, August 3rd. It's an Angels football jersey, and you can get yours. One of the first 25,000 fans to get that Angels football jersey. Joe Adell's name on it, courtesy of San Diego County Credit Union. Angels.com/promotions.
Omaha.
Strike to John Rave leading off here in the 7th against Blake Wyman. Preseason NFL underway. The real stuff starts in about a month.
By the way, how was Rave not in the lineup yesterday with Kiss here yesterday?
Take it up with Matt Quattraro, who is the manager of the Royals, and I don't know that he doesn't strike me as a Kiss fan. Not sure that he's in the Kiss army like us. 2 balls and a strike. The Royals manager does not lean toward the exciting side. So bouncer softly hit toward the middle, grabbed by Peraza on the run. Couldn't get the throw off, and he throws it behind Grissom, so Rave is aboard. There'll be an error on Peraza.
They gave him a base hit on that.
They did. Like it was going to be an out until that double clutch.
Yeah, you see on the transfer, unable to get the grip. Rave running hard down the line.
So John Rave throwing his own party gets a base hit. Now Kyle Isbell stands in. He might bunt here. He is showing bunt. The ball in the dirt gets away. So now no need to bunt as Rave goes to second on a wild pitch. Angels have their bullpen up. It's former Rookie of the Year Michael Fulmer, who could make his Angels debut today. They're taking that base hit away from Rave and calling it an error. Isbell still bunting. A play at third, but Wyman will throw to first. And take the sure out instead. We're doing a tag play at third, so even though the throw might have been there had Wyman made it, he ended up taking the safer route. Hyundai 7th inning stretch is on approach.
Infield in now, especially the way Cameron has pitched today. You can't afford to give up another run.
Angels don't even have a hit yet, down by 2 runs. Here is Jensen with the infield in. Breaks over for a strike, 0-1. Bobby Witt's on deck, so either the Angels would walk Witt if this situation holds up with a runner on third and go lefty-lefty with Caglione, or they would just bring in Fulmer to face Witt. First things first, though, it's Jensen. The bouncer foul pass first.
Now you got that shot now with 2 strikes to get the swing and miss. Caglione swung the bat, though. I think you might see Fulmer come in there to face Witt, even though he homered his last at bat. Punch out here would be huge.
Wyman has a strikeout so far today, looking for another as time is called. 0-2 on Carter Jensen. Jensen has struck out quite a bit this year. Time called again. You get the double timeouts very often with fewer to use, but you were treated to one right there.
Tight break to that slider. Try to get him to chase out of the strike zone.
Ground ball. Peraza kicks it again. He's unable to get the out at first as Jensen beats the throw. The run comes home as Rave scores. And see how that's ruled. As Peraza made an error to start the inning. This could have been an error as well, for now it's another hit. And that will be it for Wyman anyway. I mean, that's got to be an error.
That's got to be an error.
It was a ground ball. He took one step over and booted it. I mean, that's what an error looks like. Kansas City leads 3-0 as the Angels go back to their pen.
your doctor about Tremfya today.
Angels baseball on AB TV presented by Chonga Resort Casino. By Jack's new Philly style bonus Jack combos, shaved steak, grilled onions and peppers and melty cheese, starting at $5.99. And by Easton and Easton, injured in an accident. Let our family help yours. An unearned run here in the 7th, giving the Royals a 3-0 lead. And we'll see the Angel debut of Rookie of the Year about a decade ago, Michael Fulmer. He's back in the major leagues.
Just keep fighting. Here you are, back in the show.
Drafted by the Mets in 2011, he was part of the package sent to the Tigers. And the Mets got Yoenis Cespedes at the trade deadline in 2015, turning them into a World Series team. And Fulmer became a pretty good starter for the Tigers for a few years there. He was the Rookie of the Year in 2016, made the All-Star team in 2017. He logged a good number of innings in those first 3 years with Detroit. Then he had Tommy John surgery, and that turned him into a reliever eventually. He needed that UCL revision surgery, so he's been knocked out last few years because of his elbow troubles. Trying to work his way back to the majors, and here he is. Bobby Witt taps one toward the mound as Fulmer throws to first to retire Witt, 2 outs.
Nice job staying under control because of the speed of Bobby Witt going down the line. Good throw.
From Jack in the Box before Jack Caglione backs.
At FOMO, get my Philly style bonus Jack combos and new Philly Munchie Meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Well, that's Jack in the Box, and now this Jack will not go to the box. As Caglione, his real name is actually Jeff. His initials spell Jack, and that's why they call him that. J-A-C. Gets an IBB, an intentional walk.
Yes.
Bring up Salvador Perez. Well, I mentioned Fulmer having Tommy John surgery, and today it was announced that Tommy John passed away.
Such a crusher. He was amazing. Amazing. Great pitcher. Hall of Fame pitcher, by the way. Should be in the Hall of Fame. 288 career wins, over 2,200 strikeouts.
He pitched forever, too, well, in large part thanks to that surgery that bears his name.
And so many great pitchers have come back and pitched because of the success he had with that surgery.
On the baseball reference page for all the pitchers, and there's so many that missed time or full seasons with it, they usually put did not play Tommy John surgery. Well, for Tommy John's page, they put did not play eponymous surgical procedure. Named after Tommy John, the first real UCL reconstruction surgery, and that pioneering surgery helped Tommy John return. Had some great years with the Dodgers and the Yankees. Pitched with the Angels in his early 40s. Pitched with the Yankees after that in his mid 40s.
I remember that well.
Perez fouls one at home plate. He was 13-6 for the Yankees in 1987 when he was 44.
Really good ERA career-wise too. 3.34.
It's crazy that he's not in the Hall of Fame. He pitched over 4,700 innings, won 288 games, and his surgery changed baseball.
Yes.
Balls and 2 strikes. And I say this, I've said this before, and I'm sure I'll say it again. His name is invoked in baseball broadcasts as a past player more than any other.
Yeah.
More than Babe Ruth, more than Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, anyone. We say Tommy John's name more than any past player because of how that surgery has been so effective for the last 50 years. Michael Fulmer receiving that surgery along the way, and then that revision surgery. It's not a full Tommy John, but it's enough to keep you out for a while. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Salvador Perez.
Early on, used to come back in about 9 months from that. Then it became around 18 months plus.
Loop towards shallow left. Meckler trying to get there as he slides and makes makes the catch. What a play by the Mac.
The Mac went over the wall in his homestand and goes sliding in with a great play in left center field. Is that the kind of play that can spark the halos coming back?
We'll have our Hyundai 7th inning stretch and just Tigers a sweep, helping the White Sox solidify first place in the American League Central. 28 homers now for Murakami on the year in his rookie season in the States. In Toronto today, the Yankees hold off the Blue Jays. Ben Rice with a 10th inning home run as the Yankees win in extras, taking down the Toronto team trying to make a wild card push. Don't have to do much to be a wild card in the American League. 500 should get it done for that third spot. Meanwhile, here, Noah Cameron has not a lot of hit.
And a lot of soft contact, very efficient on the pitch. We saw that last night with the pitch count with Detmers, and he's been great so far. Not a lot of good, solid contact because he has him off balance throughout this entire game.
Well, the Angels will try to get their first hit here in the bottom of the 7th against Noah Cameron. Our Hyundai 7th inning stretch. It'll be Trout, Grissom, and Siri coming up in this home half of the 7th as the Angels try to at least get a hit and then go from there. Cameron only 67 pitches in his 6 hitless innings today. Mike Trout has been on base safely in 31 straight games against the Royals, a streak that spans 9 years, so try to keep that streak going against Cameron, who's been rolling.
And it's amazing what he has done as far as just mixing and matching with all his pitches, especially his secondary pitches between his slider, his curveball. His curveball, we know how good that could be, but his slider has been solid too. And just a lot of just soft rollers out in front. Not a whole lot of barrels at all today. Except for that one was hit hard there. It was a nice play. When you're try looking for that no-hitter, you need some defensive plays, and that might have been one that gives him a shot at it.
6 innings in here for Noah Cameron. Ball 1 to Trout.
He's touched 94 with his fastball, but generally he's going to be 91, 92 range.
Jim Cameron took a no-hitter into the 7th inning of his major league debut against the Tampa Bay Rays. Somewhat famously, the Angels have the longest drought without being no-hit. Not been no-hit since 1999. 1 ball 2 strikes, and still a few innings of work left here.
Trout had a home run on a curveball earlier in his homestand. That was the first one he hit in quite some time on a curveball.
Eric Milton, who no-hit the Angels at the Metrodome. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Trout. The last Royals no-hitter. You were there for
Yes,
it.
I was.
Brett Saberhagen in 1991. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the changeup. 1 out. The Royals have only had 4 no-hitters. Steve Busby threw the first 2. 1 in 73 and 1 in 74, and then Jim Colborn threw 1 in 1977.
See how much the Trout pulled off on that changeup too.
Saberhagen in 1991 against the White Sox.
I remember that. There was a play out in left center field where Kirk Gibson was playing left field, and he had to reach up for a baseball in left center field just off his glove and ended up giving him an error on that one, and that was the only really threat of the whole game, it felt like.
There's a little looper over short. Bobby Witt can't reach it. A base hit, and the no-hit bid is over. Vaughn Grissom has the first Angels hit.
Well, if you ever want to know about a wedding crasher, that would be it right there with Vince Vaughn Grissom breaking it up. Not a lot of exit velocity again. Cutter right in on the handle.
Saberhagen survives as the last Royal to throw a no-hitter. Siri takes a strike, and that's why it's so difficult to throw one.
Yep, everything's got to work in the right direction.
Grissom with a little pop over short. Even Bobby Witt couldn't get to.
He's about as good. Him and Neto are about as good as you can find going back on pop-ups.
Siri floats one toward the right field corner. Long run for Rave, but he does get there. 2 outs as Grissom goes back to first. That no-hitter Saberhagen threw is the only one for or against the Royals in your whole time then?
Yes.
Nolan Ryan actually threw his first career no-hitter against the Royals in 1973.
Did Amos Otis make the last out of that game? As I remember, I think
91.
No, against one of them. I mean, no. That was against Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan, yeah.
Yes.
John Lester no-hit the Royals in 2008. Those are the only two ever against the Royals. Thought you were losing it for a second.
I'm not quite there yet. Getting close. Give me another 5 minutes. I'll be right there.
Perfect. 1 ball, 1 strike on Meckler. A couple of ground outs for him. Angels finally have their first hit. Noah Cameron still in command, though. Only 78 pitches thrown in 6 2/3. Very similar pitch count to Detmer's last night.
Tim Sammer was on that team, and Eric Milton threw the no-hitter, but he said that was a day where a lot of different guys were getting rest, so he said it doesn't count. He said a no-hitter counts, no matter who's in the major league level. And the Mech made an unbelievable play defensively on Salvador Perez. See if he could do some damage here.
I will say it does look like a spring training lineup in there that day. Troy Gloss did play, but that was mostly it as far as the regulars. Meckler with a fly ball to center. Fairly well, but Isbell has room the deepest part of the yard to win the inning.
El Pollo Loco.
Don't miss a moment the rest of the season with Angels.tv. Stream the entire year with the Angels territory for just $34.99. Watch games at home or on the go. Stay connected all year long. Subject to national exclusivities. Angels.tv for details. Start streaming today. Michael Massey 3 for 3 today with a home run. Looks at a strike from Michael Fulmer. Now, we mentioned Fulmer, the rookie of the year in 2016. At one point that season, he took a no-hitter into the 7th inning against the Angels. It was on June 1st of that year. Gave up a hit to C.J. Cron with 2 outs in the 7th. So he was probably getting all those same Eric Milton comparisons. Even then, 10 years ago, it was a long streak.
Yes.
Now it's really long. It's been 27 years almost since the Angels have been no-hit. There's a bouncing ball off the bat of Massey. 1 out as he's retired for the first time today. It'll be Nick Lofton after a drive with Hyundai.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks. Gotta run. Okay, bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
1 out as Lofton bats here. A couple of walks for him today. Back in those days, Fulmer used to spend his off seasons working as a plumber's assistant.
It's a 95-mile-an-hour fastball he just fired in there.
Good thing he didn't throw it down the drain. I'd have to start working on it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, I knew you were ready for that one.
Line drive caught by Neto.
2 times today, Neto showing some range on the line, shot his way. Glove side earlier, backhand on that one. Be fun watching these 2 shortstops here defensively.
It looked like he was climbing up a stairmaster to go get that one. Two outs here in the 8th. Fulmer used to work as a plumber in Oklahoma. So he replaced old Orangeburg pipes with new PVC pipes. Doing some updating in the Yukon over there. Says it was a good workout more than anything. 2 outs as Collins bats here. This crowd on this Sunday afternoon, just over 28,000 at Angel Stadium. 30,000 here last night.
Fans finding that shade here today as much as possible.
.84 degrees at first pitch. Just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It might have been a strike. Fulmer got the last 2 outs in the 7th inning. He pitched a few major league games last year. And he has a 1-2-3 top of the 8th. So Fulmer has retired all 5 batters that he's faced. Angels baseball on ABTV, brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, One Love, and by Villa Ford of Orange. Step up to the plate and drive home a winner today at Villa Ford of Orange.
How beautiful is that right there? Wow.
Orange County perfection. Sunday afternoon in Southern California. Denzer Guzman flails through the first pitch from Noah Cameron now into the 8th inning, trying to complete 8 innings for the 3rd time in his last 4 starts.
And he's really been locked in since he's been calling his own pitches. Doing that the last 5 starts.
1-2 now on Guzman. He'd be the only American League pitcher all season to go through 8 innings 3 different times, let alone 3 times in 4 games.
So in other words, whatever he's putting down as far as he's getting that early pitch in there to call it, then he gathers himself exactly how he wants to throw that pitch.
He says the rhythm is really more to it than the actual pitch calling. Able to work more quickly, keeps him focused. And
we saw Tyler Anderson do that with the Halos over the years. Seth Lugo did that in game 1.
Well, Lugo's got 100 pitches to work from.
He's like, don't worry about it. I'll call the pitches.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Denzer Guzman, leading off here in the 8th inning. Angels are down 3-0. Kansas City with a couple of solo homers and an unearned run. That's all they've needed, thanks to the Angels only picking up 1 hit so far. Grissom with a pop-up single behind short in the last inning.
One thing though, with this Royals team though, their bullpen has been an issue. So see if we can get some base runners, some traffic, some stress. See if we get that bullpen going. So far they're not even moving around there with that efficient pitch count.
86 pitches right now, and there's another swing and a miss on a changeup. So Cameron on 3-2 whiffs Guzman for the first out here in the 8th. ABTV presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. The upcoming games in Texas, 3 in Houston, 3 in Arlington, then back home with Cleveland, Philadelphia, and the Yankees here on the end of that long homestand. Only 2 homestands left.
It's incredible.
Angels will have that long one though against the Phillies, Guardians, and Yankees. It's 9 games. And then their last homestand 7 games against Seattle and Minnesota. So that's it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Again, another swing and chase out of the strike zone there by a lot. He's done a nice job with that arm action he has. Hides the baseball well. And you can see on our angle right here, you can really see how difficult it is for a hitter to track the baseball out of his hand. He hides it, that back hip. It's a difficult task to see the baseball and read it. That's why you're seeing some off balance out in front swings.
A lot of swings and misses since the All-Star break. This one is bounced foul down the line. He's had at least 13 swings and misses now in 5 straight starts. He has the 5th most in the American League since the All-Star break entering today. Going up with his performance in this one, 7 1/3 innings. He's now gone 37 straight innings without giving up a home run. And another swing and a miss, strike 3 on a fastball. So 2 outs, 2 strikeouts.
And you can see right now in this perfect view as a hitter at the plate against Cameron. You don't see the ball until this at the last second. hide it behind that back hip, and then it's on you. It doesn't have to be 100 miles an hour. It's the deception and the ride. It's enough fastballs there at 94. It's going to appear way harder than 94 because you're not seeing the ball till the last second.
He's never had a complete game in professional baseball. He had one his first year pitching at Central Arkansas. And that has been it. Noah Cameron has been fully in command here today. 1 walk, 1 hit. He now has 6 strikeouts, 3 in the last 2 innings. And almost hit Josh Lowe in the on-deck circle. 2 balls and a strike on d'Arnaud. Phillies came from behind today to beat Minnesota 7-5. Still tough to kind of pick through the American League wild card picture and determine which team that is well under 500 holds that 3rd wild card spot right now. Entering today, Texas at 61 and 63, the 3rd wild card holder. Playing the A's today, they're tied at 2 in the 7th. Toronto, Baltimore, and Detroit. Actually, Baltimore is now the team closest to Texas, the first team out.
That's amazing. Every time you think Baltimore, they've ran out of steam, they're out of it, they're right there again.
If the Rangers lose, the Orioles would be the 3rd wild card team at 61 and 63. Same record Texas has right now.
They played Tampa pretty well down there in Tampa. Tampa had that great road trip. What were they, 9-0?
Which in Seattle only 3 back in the wild card, 8 games under 500. A swing and a miss. Noah Cameron strikes out the side in the 8th. Join your Angels every Saturday night home game and get that post-game Saturday night fireworks show driven by your SoCal Hyundai dealers. Angels.com/promotions for a list of Saturday night fireworks. Good show with the Kiss theme last night. Angels will be back home on a Saturday when the Phillies are here next. Here's Luke Murphy pitching in the top of the 9th. Nice job by Fulmer recording 5 outs.
Yeah, a real solid job there.
Carson Fulmer here for a little while now. Michael Fulmer.
Yes.
Never to be outdone by Brad Fulmer.
No, part of the World Series champion. A good fastball. Might be 96.
That makes it the Fulmer trifecta. All 3 Fulmers in Major League history have all been Angels now. So we got that going for us.
It's a Fulmer house.
John Rave didn't appreciate that one.
No. Samos did though.
He charged hard at you after you said that.
Yes.
1 out here in the 9th. There's Kyle Isbell. The base is empty. Murphy with a strikeout. Murphy has a good arm. Struggled with command sometimes in the minor leagues, but got enough stuff to strike hitters out at the major league level.
Yeah. Did that 97, 98 with his fastball.
And Steven Cruz getting ready for the bottom of the 9th. Can't possibly entertain the option of starter going back out for the 9th inning when he's pitching one of the best games of his life.
Yeah, he's going back out there.
You think so?
Yes. I think it would go along with him out there on the mound. I think that's what my thought is.
99 pitches for Cameron. 100, and he turns into a full pumpkin out there. Cameron took a no-hitter into the 7th inning today. Second time he's done that in his career. Your longest went into the dugout. Your longest was in the 6th inning. May 6, 1989 at County Stadium against the Brewers. 5 2/3 no-hit innings, broken up by which Brewer?
I'll just go Robin Young.
It was not.
Take it yourself.
2 outs. I'll have the answer. You can give it another guess though if you want.
No, I don't want any.
All right. Here's Kia. It was Billy Spires.
Oh. Can't think of all those songs by Spires, or should I say Squires? I did have a one-hitter, and the only hit that was, I think I was in the 5th inning for Mark McGuire, at a ground ball single in the hole. I still haven't quite let that one go yet either. Because Bob Boone was our manager, and he was trying to move Greg Gagne over into the hole, and I'm like, why? McGuire never hits the ball on the ground. Hit a ball in the hole for the only hit of the game.
Well, in this game you went 9. You gave up no runs. And you got no decision in a loss.
Oh yes, good times.
Flash Gordon gave it up in the bottom of the 10th, and that was it. 1-0. Jim Gantner had the walk-off hit, which also scored Billy Spires. What a day for Bill Spires.
That's why when I have conversations with Reed Deppers, I say, I know how you feel, man. I know how you feel.
Yeah, that's one. 9 innings, no runs, no decision.
Yeah, hang with him.
Brewers starter that day was Brian Clutterbuck.
Look at those two names on the mound there.
It was a pitcher's duel between Clutterbuck and Gubicza.
That was on your bingo card for sure.
3-2 and hit by pitch.
That got him pretty good too. On that forearm. As he tried to get out of the way of that pitch inside. Driving towards the plate.
Only 109 pitches for you that day.
That in itself is a miracle.
Yeah, you didn't have enough for the 10th.
I did that in Oakland, and I ended up losing that one too in the 10th inning on a fly ball that was not caught. Not that I've let that go either.
It was only 38 degrees that day.
Now you'd wonder why my arm is bent this way.
It was May 6th. It was only 38 and cloudy in Milwaukee that day. With no roof at County Stadium.
No.
You'd have had a nice heated building if you were pitching there now on a 38-degree day. 38. That's even for that time of year. That's cold.
Yes.
One ball, 2 strikes on Bobby Witt. 9 innings, no runs on a 30. Jeff sleeves.
I usually didn't wear sleeves though. No. Didn't like that.
Why would you?
Yeah. Figured I couldn't feel my arm anyhow, so why worry about it?
And outfield behind you that day was Bo Jackson in left, Eisenreich in center, and Danny Tarnable in right.
Yes, the Bull.
Well, George Brett didn't play that day though. Where was he? Maybe you could have won that game.
I know.
Bobby Witt is down on strikes. We'll see if the Angels can battle back in the bottom of the ninth.
Tuesday to you. Get 2 tacos for 75 cents in-app only.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Well, here's Noah Cameron with a chance to finish a 1-hit shutout in the bottom of the ninth inning as he'll face Lowe, Neto, and Trout here in the bottom of the ninth, presumably. Complete game 1-hitters in Royals history. There have only been the last 2. Zach Greinke in 2009 and that game we just talked about in Oakland in June of 1995. Your 1-hitter against the A's.
It's all about the number 23.
You beat Ron Darling with that 1-hitter.
I remind RJ that one quite often.
He gave up 7.
I thanked him for that too.
It was over early, and then you had to wave off Greg Gagne from the hole.
Yeah. I tell you, I've never been accused of being a rocket scientist. You know that.
Josh Lowe leads off here in the bottom of the ninth, and he rips one foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Angels only have 1 hit today, and it came on this little pop-up behind short.
Seeing a lot of soft contact throughout. This was a soft contact that fell nicely into the outfield grass beyond Bobby Witt Jr., which is almost impossible to do.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Lowe. Noah Cameron with perhaps the best outing of his major league career here today. 8 innings of 1-hit ball. Well, we just had a start like that in Minnesota on July 30th. 8 innings of 1-hit shutout ball. But the Royals ended up losing that game 4-3. Even though Cameron worked 8 scoreless in that game, and that's probably the big reason why he's out there right now.
He said, no, I got this one. It's my game. Hasn't been any stress on him too. So sometimes you look at pitch counts, you're like, he's at 102. There's been no stress on him at all.
There's a fly ball from Lowe, right center field, as Isbell gets there shy of the track. 1 out.
Going back to a Hyundai key for the game today, hoping for a little more carry. Without unable to get that, it comes sail away. Haven't been hit enough baseballs deep enough in the air to get that carry. Bobby Witt Jr. had that down the left field line for a home run for the Royals. He was just trying to find a way to put some pressure on Cameron.
That was the game recently when Cody Clemens had that walk-off grand slam with the Twins down 3-0. That was the game Cameron started and worked 8 innings, giving up 1 hit. And then Lucas Urseg came in, got the first 2 outs before a hit batsman, a single, a walk, and a grand slam, and it was over just like that. The ultimate grand slam from Clemens to win that game against Matt Strom. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Neto. So Cameron shaking off the bullpen here and just trying to finish it himself. It'll be his first professional complete game. One ball, 2 strikes on Neto. Both teams with both challenges left.
Imagine he might try a changeup here. It's been a tough one for Neto in this series on changeups. See if he can make some contact, punch that into the outfield.
Tried to do that, but was too late, fouled it off. But Trout has that long on base streak against the Royals, which would be on the line with this next at bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dribbler to short. Bobby Witt has that and throws out Neto. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the ninth. Angels Live postgame presented by Kia. You'll see 1 Angels hit so far. That's been the only hit in 8 2/3 now against Noah Cameron. Mike Trout 0 for 3. It's Grissom who has that 1 hit on deck. Two balls, no strikes. Cameron now 110 pitches.
Again, they go back to not a lot of stress on any of these pitches. Hasn't overthrown anything. So much soft contact. Now, a walk here might end the afternoon for him, though.
Been a few one-hit shutouts in the majors this year. Dylan Cease, Dustin May, and Jacob Mizorowski have done the honors. 3 balls and a strike on Trout. Grissom on deck. Still would take 2 men to get on here to bring up the tying run. And that's another strike, 3-2. Trout stays alive. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Angels are in Houston Tuesday night. 5 o'clock Pacific time start. George Clausen will be on the mound after earning his first big league win his last time out.
Well, he threw the ball really well in that game.
Swing and a miss. Noah Cameron finishes a 1-hit shutout as he strikes out Mike Trout to end it. Only the second Royals 1-hitter since yours in Oakland in 1995. Zach Greinke had one, and today Noah Cameron steals the show.
I'll tell you what, no hard contact really the entire game against Cameron for the Angels against him. He had him off balance. He threw enough fastballs. His cutters was great. His changeup excellent, but we know that curveball is his pitch.
Only 2 base runners, a walk, and a pop-up single behind the shortstop. Noah Cameron, our Toyota player of the game, and truly one of the best pitched games ever by a Royal.
Yeah, I mean, he had everything working in there too, really, throughout the entire game. There's no stress. Didn't see him even a warm afternoon. Didn't even look like he was sweating a whole lot.
3-0 the final. We will wrap things up in just a moment.
Today.
Well, the 1-hitter Noah Cameron beats the Angels today. 3-0. Kansas City takes 2 out of 3 in this series. Angels are back at it Tuesday night against the Astros. 5 o'clock Pacific time first pitch. 4:30 the pregame show gets on the air. Coming up next is Angels Live postgame presented by Kia with Ken French and Tim Salmon. For Gooby and Erica, I'm Wayne Randazzo saying good night from Angel Stadium.